Hello, beautiful collective. It is Satya, back with another video, back with another message. I'm reaching out to you today, sending you lots of love, hoping you are doing well. There is a lot going on astrologically, planetarily. As you know or may not know, there are tons and tons of planets. I think 7 out of the 8 planets that are in retrograde. And retrograde is an opportunity for us to review, redo, revise, right? The RE in retrograde is a call for us to take a look at what we've been doing, analyze how it's been working, and make appropriate and necessary changes so that as we move forward, we are doing so in ways that suit us best. And so, because we've got a lot of these planets going retrograde, I thought it would be a great opportunity to just review them, take a look, talk about the planets, the signs that they will be going retrograde in, and the houses associated with the signs and planet. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now remember, as we go through these, this is an opportunity to review and revise and reconnect with, make appropriate changes so we're moving forward in a better path. We're going to start with Venus here. Venus being the planet of love, the planet of beauty. Venus is about what we desire. It is romance. It is intense love. It is connected to our outlook and our appearance and the things that we hold dear to our heart. Venus is going retrograde in Leo. Leo is really about us being visible, being, letting our light shine, our purpose, very driven. So this is really going to be about an opportunity to look and review and revise how we feel about ourselves, how we do self-love, an opportunity to review and look at our confidence levels, how we take care of ourselves, how we present ourselves to the world. And, excuse me, Leo is associated with the 5th house, which is, again, about passion, really what is activating you, what kind of stimulates you, right? Your creativity. So really during this retrograde of Venus from July 23rd to September 24th, this is going to be a great time, again, to look at how you do you, how you embody who you are as an individual, as a person, your outlook about yourself and life, about your appearance, about how you take care of yourself, and your confidence. The next one is going to be Mercury. Mercury is, excuse me, associated with messages, mind, communication. Mercury is the conduit of spirit. Mercury retrogrades often. I think it's like 3 or 4 times each year. This is happening from August 24th to September 16th. And this retrograde of Mercury is happening in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is really about how we analyze things, how we bring in information, how we bring in stimuli, and how we digest that and process that. This is really about looking at the details, looking at, sifting through things, analyzing things, taking what we need and letting go of things that don't really, serve us at that particular moment. And so this Mercury retrograde in Virgo is really going to be about, us taking the time to review what is working for us, our habits, our daily patterns, our routines, how we order and structure our life, where we are really focusing and being precise and detail oriented, right? Maybe you need to pick up a better habit. Maybe you need to strategize on how you are going to, get through the semester better. Maybe your weekend chore schedule isn't working, so you've got to switch some things around. This is really about long-term balance and sustainability, which is the key word for the 6th house. Again, when we're looking at Mercury and Virgo, this is about communication, about ordering our lives, about how we maneuver through our daily happenings, right? Our life, our house, right? And is this sustainable? Is this working well? Is this building a structure, a pattern, a habit, a routine that makes things work for us? If it's not working, this is going to be a wonderful time during Mercury retrograde, August 24th to September 16th, to figure out what habits and patterns are we implementing that are bringing us closer to our goals. What habits and patterns are we currently implementing that are taking us further away from our habits and our goals? And whatever that is, whatever that looks like, making the necessary changes to become more effective in the ways that we desire. The next retrograde that I will talk about is Pluto. Pluto is retrograding from May 11th to October 22nd. Pluto is the planet of transformation. It is rebirth. It is big change, deep change. Change not just on, the surface level, really change my hair or, change some of the, daily habits I do, some more along the lines of Virgo, but this is deep transformational change, a change of mindset, right? A change in how we operate as a individual. It's all around deep transformational change, foundational change. This is really about personal power. This is purpose-driven actions. And Pluto is retrograding in Capricorn. And Capricorn really is about foundations. It's wisdom, it's growth, it's responsibility, it's maturity. It is the structures in our life. It is, again, purpose-driven action. So Pluto retrograding in Capricorn is going to call us, it's going to invite us to reclaim our personal power and to prioritize purpose-driven action. What is it? Very similar to what I talked about before with Mercury in Virgo. But what are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? Why are you saying yes to this thing? Is it getting you closer to who you want to be? Is it getting you closer to where you want to go? What are you saying no to? Are you saying no to things that may be difficult, scary, but you need those things? Are you saying no to things that are actually not good for you? Right? This is about the 9th house issues, exploration, faith, right? Pushing boundaries, breakthroughs. This is expanding your world. This is, again, the opportunity to review what you are what you are saying yes and no to, how you are implementing and enacting your personal power to grow beyond where you currently are. And if you continue down this path, is that leading you to the right place? Or is that taking you further away from your purpose? Does that make sense? So this is a very, very powerful time, as you can see, right? A time to review how we are behaving, the things that we are doing, our outlook on ourselves and on our life, what we're doing and how we're doing those things to better help guide and focus our energies, or to continue to waste our resources. The next planet I will talk about is Saturn, and it is going retrograde in Pisces, which is 12th house. Neptune is also going retrograde in Pisces. So we'll take it one planet at a time, and we'll go kind of down the same path for Uranus and Jupiter. So Saturn is retrograding in Pisces from June 18th to November 4th. Saturn is really about, it's the Lord of karma. It is truth. It is karma. It is karmic paths and ties. It is the things that we struggle with that we need to get in order. It is discipline. It is tests. It is boundaries. It is limits. It is holding your power. It is authority. It is you being your own authority, personal authority in your life. And it is retrograding in Pisces. And Pisces is very spiritual. It's very sensitive. It's very deep. Excuse me. It's very emotional. It is, your spiritual rituals. It is deep inner healing. And so this Saturn in Pisces retrograde is going to call you to review how you are embodying, right, your discipline, your personal power and growth in a spiritual sense, in an emotional sense. Are you living an emotionally healthy life? Are you putting your spiritual practices in order? Are you prioritizing, inner healing? Have you been wanting to go to therapy and you just haven't been doing it? Have you been in therapy and you're not really following up on, what you've been talking about in therapy? Have you been struggling with interpersonal relationships and letting people, walk all over you, and that's been impacting you emotionally, right? It's that kind of structure, truth, discipline, and tests that are on the sensitive, emotional, spiritual side. Being that Pisces is in the 12th house, this is a time for introspection. Introspection associated with the word escape, right? You can look at that two ways: escaping the larger outside world to go deep within yourself and do some inner work, or escaping the need to do the introspection, right? The 12th house in itself is about escape. What are you escaping from? Is a key question to ask yourself at this time. And with Saturn retrograding in Pisces, this is a call to escape from the busy, chaotic, hectic world, to find rest, to find healing, to take care of your spiritual and emotional health, to dive deep and search your soul. And then come out of that time of introspection, come out of that time of rest and healing, renewed, refreshed, and ready to take on the next karmic challenge. So now we come to Neptune retrograding from July 1st to December 6th. And Neptune is also retrograding in Pisces. Neptune is about vision. It is intuition. Neptune is also about, deep spiritual, psychic perception, escaping the pull of the world, escaping the pull of the conscious, and being able to, sort of like the figure on this card, being able to close your eyes and let go, to go deep within, right? To allow the waters of emotion, spirit, connect you to the divine. With this retrograding in Pisces, of course, right, this is really going to encourage you to focus in on intuition, focus in on spiritual connectedness, focus in on your creative pursuits. This is a call to review how connected you are to your intuition, to heighten your spiritual practices. This is a time to, again, connected to the 12th house, to go inward. And with this being also Pisces, Neptune, Saturn, it's about practicing habits that are going to connect you to your spirit, practicing habits that are going to allow you to pull out and away from the chaos of the world and become more mindful, to invest in healing, to allow yourself to develop a pattern, a habit, a routine of rest and health and deep healing. So often we go through the world, we go through our day, we go through life, job, lunch, work, eat, sleep, right? Chores, weekend, partying. Now we start over again on Monday, job, go to lunch, do some work at home, take a bath, eat, sleep, wake up, do it all again. And we don't ever disconnect, we don't ever unplug from the matrix, right? And this time, this Saturn and Neptune retrograding in Pisces is calling us to disconnect from the matrix, to unplug from the matrix, right? To rest, recuperate, heal, and start to implement healing practices and routines, spiritual mindfulness practices and routines that will bring a calming, healing energy into your life. The last two planets are Uranus and Jupiter, and they're both retrograding in Taurus. We'll start with Jupiter. Jupiter is retrograding in Taurus from September 5th to December 31st. I tend to place a lot of emphasis on things that start on January 1 and end on December 31st, because that is our calendar year, right? If this was another calendar that, or a timing in the world, in the life and the cycle of nature that I find significant, and it happened on those significant days, I would pay attention to those as well. Jupiter retrograding ending on December 31st is significant because Jupiter is really big on expansion. It is the ruler of gods. Jupiter is Zeus. Jupiter is the god of gods. Jupiter is abundance. It is global view of things. It is, again, that larger view of life, not just the daily habits, not the weekly habits, not the things that change from season to season, but the long-standing patterns and habits of what we do, how we look, how we learn, our big view of the world, our life, our purpose, right? This is about our position in our world, our life, and expanding that to an all-encompassing view. This is retrograding in Taurus, which is connected to what we have, our material resources, money, job, education, our creature comforts, right? This is material, this is cultivating material wealth here on the 3D plane. So Jupiter retrograding in Taurus is going to encourage us to look at our self-worth, right? How do we view our self-worth? Are we engaging in relationships, in work, in those activities that are important to us? Are we living the value system that aligns with who we are on a very deep level, right? Are we setting goals and moving through life, moving through our day-to-day, moving through our year-to-year, moving through decade, moving through life on a large scale, right? Jupiter, that is cultivating Taurus, the life that we want to live. Taurus is in the second house. This is owning, this is resources, this is our relationship to resources. Again, right? People think money, food, clothes, things like that, but this is really about like the key word here again is resources, what we own, what we have, tangible resources. And so Jupiter retrograding again from September to December 31st is giving us this opportunity to reflect on what is important, what is truly important to us in the grand scheme of things. Is this job that you've been working away at that stresses you out, that makes you, go home and feel like you have to drink, you have to smoke? Does this job that is making you feel so unworthy, you go home and you cry to your friends or your family, your partner, it's tearing down your self-esteem, but it's paying you $100,000 a year? Is that really worth it? Is that really what you value? Are you prioritizing? Are you emphasizing what values and what matters most? I will tell you this about myself. I just recently struggled with this myself. I realized that I was focused in on a career path that was making me miserable. I work in the human services field and the career path that I was going for, it was just miserable. It was full of toxicity. Climbing the ladder was, putting me in environments and arenas with people who were cutthroat, who were, just sabotaging my work, hounding me outside of work. They were making my life miserable. The job, the career path, the company, the people there were making my life miserable. It was paying me very well, but it was making me miserable. And I had to take a step back and reflect on what mattered most: my mental and emotional and physical health, or my yearly salary. And I have come out the other side of that contemplation period, knowing that I can take a smaller salary and be just fine, be happy. And that is the message of Jupiter retrograding Taurus. Are you valuing what you value, right? And it is in the house of resources. So you might need to take a look at your relationship to money, your relationship to material goods, and reflect on really what is most important, and then set some goals to get to work on making these changes, doing one small thing at a time. And once you accomplish those small things, you'll look back, and in the nature of Jupiter, you'll see that you've made a huge, huge impact. Lastly, we are talking about Uranus. Uranus is, and the December 31st. So the December 31st then is right the end of this year, the last day of this year. This is important for me because it signals a brand new beginning. Working on Jupiter retrograde in Taurus allows us to then go back to not regular grade, more direct, stationing direct for the new year, a new pattern, a new habit. So reflect on that. Back to Uranus retrograding August 29 to January 27. This is also happening in Taurus. Uranus is about change. This is chaos. This is big upset. This is, electrifying change. This is things that you've never thought about before, seen before, happening suddenly. This is, again, chaos as change, as a catalyst. This is wild. This is different. This is new. This is eccentric. This is, Uranus is the planet that is going to get you out of gear and switching to something completely new by throwing a huge wrench in your life and fucking everything up. And because it is happening in Taurus, this really speaks to, again, your resources, your money, your job, your health, how you live in this material day-to-day world, being thrown off course, going through huge changes. This is Uranus creating an upset in your resources and showing you that you might be on the wrong path, and you will need to review how you look at your resources and what you own. This speaks very much to what I said before about being in a workplace, an environment that was not working for me, and I was making really good money, but I was miserable, and Uranus came in, and it's crazy the way that it said, August to January, because last year that happened. And I've been going through those changes. But, again, kind of going back to what I was saying, this is really about an upset happening in your career life, in your financial life, in your health. And realigning you, taking you off one path completely and realigning you. If you would imagine, kind of like when you pick up a snail off of the road, he's crossing the road, you pick up a snail, you walk real quickly over and you put him to the grass. I mean, from the snail's perspective, he's going fucking warp speed, right? And all of a sudden he's in the grass. That is this energy. That is Uranus energy. Warp speed from one place to another. And so this is going to really urge you to break free from stagnant routines, make significant change, like fight, kill, destroy, and revolt against what is not working for you. And if you don't do that purposefully and intentionally, the universe is going to do it for you. And you will find yourself struggling. So Uranus retrograde Taurus is urging you to embrace change, actively make change, and actively destroy what is not working for you in your everyday life. What I really like about these planets in retrograde happening all at once, it is calling us to slow down. This is calling us, urging us strongly to slow down, to really take a moment and relax, to take a moment and review, right? And not feel bad about it too. A lot of times we can be caught up in, oh, well, if I don't do this, then I feel lazy. If I don't do that, then, I'm not taking advantage of the time that I have, And when planets are in retrograde, the planets are inviting us to take time off. They're saying we've built in this mini vacation, this mini review period in order for you to take off. Please do so, right? It's like putting in PTO and then PTO comes at work and then you still work at home on your PTO. No, take this time off, right? So Venus, Mercury, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, and Uranus are all retrograde. As of today, they are, as of August 29th, they will all be in retrograde. Do yourself a favor and relax. Do yourself a favor and slow down. Do yourself a favor and take care to think about the choices you're making. Think about the decisions you're making. Think about what you're saying yes to. Think about what you're saying no to before you do it. You could be moving too fast and doing something during this moment of slow growth and then making the wrong choice. Again, that's taking you further away from where you actually want to be. During these next few months, it is going to be important for you to, to slow down, to think about where you are, where you want to be, and what you're doing now, and if it's getting you to where you want to be. This is a great opportunity to journal, to do some, to write your feelings down, to review your daily habits and patterns, and to question yourself, to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Is it because I want to? Is it because it's helpful? Is it because I feel obligated? Is it because this other person wants me to do this and I don't want to disappoint them? And then to make changes as needed, right? If you feel like you just can't make the change, you just can't do this, you just can't do that, each of these planets are encouraging you to make the change to what you can do. And you don't have to make big changes. You can make small changes little by little. You can break free from stagnant and old and unuseful routines. Reflect on what's important to you. Take time to rest and think. Take time to heal and focus on what you need and what you want to take care of yourself, and then make small, detailed changes to your daily habits. And before you know it, you'll be in a completely different place. I hope this message has given you a level of understanding and encouragement. I hope this has motivated you to really, take advantage of this, this call to rest, this call to heal, this call to review. I am definitely going to be engaging in this call to action myself and continuing down the path of letting some things go. I have got a couple of routines and habits that I've got to solidify myself, And I've got some routines and habits that I've got to completely destroy and let go, because I realize now not only were they not serving me, but they were harming me. I hope that this has been helpful. Again, be sure to check out the reading, the tarot reading that I'm going to do on these retrogrades. Hopefully it will give us some insight into the patterns and habits that we need to change and how we can best make those changes. I am so thankful to be connected with you and reading for you. I am gonna ask you to like, comment, and share this video if you enjoyed it, or if you feel that someone else might like this. Definitely share this with them. Subscribe to my channel so you can come back each time and connect with me and get some great information that's going to help you in the long term. And stop by my Etsy channel or my Etsy shop and follow me on Instagram. All right, I am wishing you peace, love, and blessings. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Rhonda.